guys, first off, congratulations on spectacular performances.
Thank you.
It was an amazing movie, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to start with a question for John. You kind of your character introduces us to the world of the hotel with a very long monologue. What's the fun, what's the challenge for you when you're doing something like that?
You know, the fun is what you just said, kind of being the narrator or the introducer to this new world, because that's people's kind of first engagement with it. The difficulty, the challenge is it's a lot of stuff, and it's kind of all on you, and it either succeeds or fails based on your performance. I particularly like that scene because there's so much information in there, and as we find out, a lot of it is wrong. And that's a great setup for a suspense movie, like the idea of what are we watching and what is going to happen, because I know something's going to happen.
Right.
And Drew does an excellent job of like slowly cranking that dial until it gets to the boiling point.
Absolutely. And Lewis, I was reading that they were being really secretive with the script at first, and so your original audition was also a monologue.
Yes.
What was that for you, and was it a scene that was eventually in the movie or not?
It was. Well, I think Drew wrote a lot of like character sides for the audition, so sides that weren't necessarily going to be in the movie, so that it could be kept secretive, but they were still of the nature of the film and of the characters. And mine was this one particular scene that I share between me and Dakota, and it's a hell of a scene. And I was like signed up for it right after reading the scene because it's so bizarre and twisted and haunting, and it's so like funny but disgusting and like a whole mixture of things that is like somehow like classy. Like it's like classy, timeless writing. So just after reading this one side, I was like, this is already gonna be an awesome badass movie.
And your character is so vulnerable and his psychology is so complex. How did you approach getting into your character?
It was kind of helpful to be in rainy Vancouver, I'll tell you that much. It was like, yeah, just a lot of keeping the curtains closed. And
never seeing the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And this set feels like it was built, it's interior, exterior, which is very rare in Hollywood nowadays. How did it feel just like stepping onto the set, and how did that help both of you guys kind of embrace the character?
It's immediate. When every surface that you look at is art directed and set decorated to within an inch of its life, I would just sit and like hang out on set because there was so much cool stuff to look at, and you're just like, wow, I like that light fixture. Like, where'd they get that? I'm like, oh my god, this roulette thing works. Yeah. Like, that's fun. I've never done this. Like, like it's just fun. Yeah, he's it's, you know, Lewis has said it before, but it's like it is its own kind of character in the movie. There's
some biblical rain too, and I feel like that all that being staged and you guys very much being in the trenches with it. Is it a challenge for an actor to like having to face that, or does that help you kind of get in the mood?
It's a challenge. I mean, there's a physical aspect to having 1 million gallons of water dumped on your head for 3 days straight. That is, and poor Cynthia had to do it even more than I did. I at least had a raincoat. She was barefoot running around in it.
And having to sing. And
having to sing later. I mean, you know, there's so much of it. So it's a challenge. I mean, but it looks so cool. And you know, all that was indoors. Like, so thank God, because it would have been freezing cold if it was outside. But you just kind of, there's a certain point when you're like, you just give over to it. You're like, I'm not going to get any more wet. Right. Like, I'm already wet. Like, so all right, well, this is what we're doing now. And that becomes really kind of liberating in a lot of ways.
How was you guys' experience working with Drew?
Really great. It's been it's going to be hard, you know, moving on from Joe. I'm going to miss him because he's very much like, especially for a beginner, you know, I'm fairly new to all this, so he's extremely cautious about making sure that you are on the same page in terms of trust, and that you know that he's looking out for you, and that he's never gonna, like, you know, turn around at the wrong moment and miss something and let somebody. He's a very paternal director in that sense, which, coming from my position and with this kind of delicate character, was was tantamount to the success of the whole thing, I feel like.
Right.
Yeah, they say like fast, cheap, or good, pick two. And with directors, it's often like intelligence, creativity, and kindness, pick two. But Drew has all three, and it was an incredible delight to work with somebody who is so wildly intelligent and creative, and also so kind and caring. That's a rare trifecta.
For sure. Thank you guys, and congratulations again.
Cheers.
Thank
It was a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.